All right, he met the height requirement.
That means
good
he's 36 inches at least.
Good stuff. Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m. here on this Tuesday. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Netta Iranpour. So glad you're with us here. If you were up early to catch that lunar eclipse, maybe it was clear in your patch of neighborhood.
Hopefully.
But now the clouds
I hope it paid off for you.
Yeah, they rolled in quick, and this is the live look that we have outside now. That marine layer very much surging on shore. You could see the dense layer of clouds trying to get a little glimpse of what will be the sunrise right in that lower portion of the screen, but technically the sun doesn't rise for another about 13 minutes or so. Still a gorgeous start to the day out there. Temperatures are really mild in the 50s, and we're expecting our afternoon highs to be only about 10 degrees warmer by the water. 67 is that afternoon high. 74 on average toward our inland valleys. A big departure from where we were just a couple days ago with a record-breaking Friday and past weekend that we wrapped up. We'll warm up again this weekend. We'll take a look at what that means for us coming up in our 7-day forecast. But in the meantime, I'll send things over to Vanessa Paz, checking in on traffic.
Good morning, 6:01 is the time. Let's go ahead and give you a live look outside on the 5 in both directions. This is coming in from Old Town Avenue, so this is as you pass the old Spay building and you head towards the 8. Maybe you're headed to Linda Vista, Mission Bay, Sunset Cliffs, Point Loma. Meanwhile, this is that drive. We're now at a crawl, and it's cloudy out there, and I'm also seeing some patchy fog, especially along the 78 near the Ramona area, so look out for that. Here's what it looks like coming in from Chula Vista as you make your way towards the 54 connector. Another cloudy view. This is the 8 in both directions right at Lake Murray. That's at Westbound Drive as you make your way inbound towards the College area. All right, here's what I'm talking about when regarding the patchy fog just west of Ramona and near the Poway area, right along the 67 and 78 is where we're seeing the worst of it. Look out for this. SIG alert has been issued following a crash partially blocking the eastbound lanes out in Ramona on the 78. That's at Sutherland Dam Road. Coming up a little later, we'll take a look at what your Tuesday travel times have in store. That's all ahead. Back to you guys.
This morning, we are learning the number of American servicemen killed during the ongoing campaign against Iran has grown. As of right now, the death toll stands at 6.
This comes as U.S. forces destroyed Iranian military command facilities, airfields, and missile and drone launch sites overnight. The Pentagon says suspected Iranian missiles were shot down over Doha, while Saudi Arabia's defense ministry said Iranian drones struck the U.S. embassy in Riyadh, causing minor damage. President Trump says operations will continue until Iran's missile capabilities, nuclear ambitions, and Navy are all destroyed. Right now, the State Department is warning Americans to depart now from, look at this, more than a dozen Middle East countries. Here's the spots on the map. The list includes Bahrain, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Limited flights began operating yesterday out of the UAE, though the airspace has been closed over multiple countries in the region. The State Department also says the embassies in Saudi Arabia and Israel are closed today, and the one in Kuwait closed indefinitely due to Iran's retaliatory attacks.
Right now, more than 450 U.S. military installations worldwide are on high alert. The Department of Defense directing bases, including here in San Diego, to step up security. That means stricter ID checks and the temporary suspension of the Trusted Traveler program. A Northern Command spokesperson says, based on world events, we must enhance vigilance to ensure the safety and security of our military personnel. Now, for the latest on this conflict, you can head to our CBS 8 app. Remember, you can stream us anytime. Download on your TV and watch for free. Later this afternoon, the San Diego City Council is set to vote on the so-called empty homes tax.
This would apply to second homes not claimed as a primary residence that sit empty for more than half the year. News 8's Tori Apodaca live in downtown to explain what people are saying about this proposal. Tori.
Good morning, Netta and Eric. San Diego City Councilman Sean Elo Rivera says that this would help the housing shortage and the budget shortfall, generating up to $30 million in tax revenue. Meanwhile, opponents say that it's just creating a bigger burden for these homeowners. So how would this work? If approved, the empty home tax would target vacant second homes, applying to fewer than 1% of properties citywide. It would create a new tax on these owners who keep the units vacant for 183 days or more. The starting tax on the vacant units would be at $8,000, increasing by $10,000 in the following years. Corporate-owned vacant units would start at $4,000, an increase by $5,000. Opponents of the tax say this tax penalizes homeowners and small property owners, adding more taxes on people who are already struggling to make payments. Council did reject the initial proposal that Councilman Elo Rivera brought forward at the end of January that included vacation homes. He since removed vacation homes from this new version of the plan that passed the Rules Committee last week. Now, Council will be voting on this proposal today at 2 p.m. and if approved, it will go before voters come June. Reporting live from downtown, Tori Apodaca, News 8.
Okay, take a look at your screens right here in case you snooze through it. That's all right. We got you covered. We're getting a look now at the total lunar eclipse, or the blood moon. Happened just a couple hours ago. This video shot by our photojournalist, Chris Vega. And you see that sliver? That's a full moon, but it's covered by the shadow of the Earth. NASA says it looked red initially right at 3 a.m. because Earth blocked most of the sunlight from getting to the moon.
We also have some pictures from our producer, Trinity. You see the red now coming out of this? Wow. If you want to send us your pictures or videos, text them to 858-571-8888. I know a lot of folks were up early. They got the nice cameras, so you were able to get some of the details there. Really cool to see that reddish hue.
The iPhone just made it a smudge, so I'm impressed by anyone that can get like the craters of the moon through that red.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, impressive. Yeah.
And if you just saw it with your eyes, it's just a whole nother level.
Right.
It
Take it
really
in.
feels like we're living in like a fairy tale when you see like I'm like, that is literally just a ball in the sky that is working its magic every day.
And like our shadows on it.
Chopper video.
There's Chopper.
No way.
That is, and so this was from the live feed when it was happening. But wow, I mean, just that true orange hue on it. And then shortly after, we got the kind of view of the whole globe around it with just portions of it getting lit up. So it got, more and more intense. It was phenomenal. Temperatures this morning are in the 50s, about mid 50s. We're going to be warming up to the upper 60s as the afternoon comes around. Keep in mind that for the last 2 weeks, we have been on a roller coaster ride of temperatures. We're right back down to normal at this point, but 2 weeks ago it was raining. We had temperatures all the way down to the 50s. From there, we warmed all the way up to 90 degrees this past Friday. That brought our temperatures to 23 degrees above normal. And then as we made our way through the weekend, those temperatures started to cool once again back down to 70 degrees. Take a look at your current temperatures out the door. 54 in Oceanside, 47 in El Cajon, 40 in Julian, and 48 up at Palomar Mountain. The 10-day temperature trend out there shows that temperatures are going to be warming up as the weekend comes about. So we have some changes on the way between now and about Thursday. 2 separate troughs of low pressure kind of sliding in, giving us those cooler temperatures. And we're expecting that in the meantime, that marine layer will have a lot of depth to it. And then by the weekend, a brief ridge of high pressure builds. That's what's going to help to bring us back up to the about 10 degrees above average range, and then into next week, cooling down again back to the 70s. So a bit of an up and down that's kind of constant, but as far as that heat index goes, we're finally back to where those lines are not going to be rising up into the extreme or above normal range. Over on the East Coast, you can see over about the Missouri area, we've got some scattered showers, some snow over the DC area, moving up toward about Boston. But for now, the West Coast is looking pretty good. We're dry across the board, from San Diego and our international border, just up to a few scattered showers up around the Seattle area. I'll send things over to Vanessa Paz, checking in on traffic.
So far, so good at 6:09. This is a live look on the 5 in both directions as folks travel northbound, headed towards that 8 interchange near the Linda Vista area. Meanwhile, this is what the 5 looks like, and we're not even in the 7 o'clock hour. So this is the 5 as you head northbound. It actually looks like there could be some activity in the distance there. It looks like maybe a fire. I don't know if that's some cloud cover. but we'll double check on that. That's the 5, though. This is a northbound drive as you make your way in from Chula Vista, headed north towards the National City area. Let's go ahead and see what's happening on the 8. This is closer to the East County in both directions coming in from Lake Murray. Right side of your screen is that westbound drive. All right, we are dealing with some minor fog, some patchy fog out there. We're also still continuing to track this, a SIG alert following a crash partially blocking the eastbound lanes in Ramona. I would say off for surface streets, but there aren't a lot of alternate routes to get around this, so just make sure that you leave time for travel. Right now, I'm not tracking any major slowing as you make your way either east or westbound out of the Ramona area. We're also tracking a bumper in the HOV lanes in Rancho Penasquitos on the 15 South right at Ted Williams Parkway. And that could slow things down as you make your way southbound this morning. All right, let's go ahead and pull up those travel times. About 3 to 7 minutes. Actually, there is a fire, I believe. Chopper, we have one of our Mount Soledad sky cams over the scene of that, so we'll bring that to you in just a moment. But here's what it looks like border wait times. San Ysidro's port of entry, about an hour 40, about an hour 20 to get you in from Otay Mesa's port of entry. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Vanessa.
Let's check in with CBS 8's Chris Grow because he's following the latest developments out of Legoland, California.
Right, this morning we're getting a first look now at the theme park's first indoor coaster in 20 years. Chris, you're one of the lucky ones. You get to go on this ride?
Yeah, definitely one of the lucky ones here. And right now we are actually in the customization bay prior to going on Galactic Coaster. This is the mission that all of the riders would be getting here just before they actually go ahead and customize their ride. That's something that you see firsthand when you go on the Galactic Coaster, guys. It's an amazing ride. It is so cool. So Julie, we want to bring you in here just to kind of go over. There are a number of customization options that we have here, right?
There are. So right now we've got to select a nose, Chris, quickly. So which one do you want?
Let's go red. Yeah, that is so. Let's go red.
This red? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have come in here with groups of 4. You have 2 RFID wristbands. This is where you get to pick your spacecraft and design it. What I love is that you're working together with other guests. So let's say you come in with your daughter, I come in with my grandson. We got to work together here and decide what we're going to do. So now select the wings. Do you want burgers? Do you want your typical ones? Do you want like a spacecraft?
Well, we were talking about burgers earlier. Let's go. We're going burger wings,
You're
guys.
in space, you
Yeah.
need to eat,
Exactly.
right? So there you have it.
Yeah.
So now everyone has 20 seconds to do each one, right? Once you select everything, it puts it on your spacecraft, and then when you scan your RFID, you see yourself launching in the spacecraft that you designed, like we just did.
Yeah.
But now we're going to do it in our own.
Yeah, and that was really so cool, guys, is that we saw the coaster that had been picked out for us, but then of course you're trying to imagine what something that you're designing would also do here, and you can see the coaster that we're putting together, guys, on some of these boards right here as Julio kind of goes around in the full customization bay. So as we kind of come back here, Julio, we got one more choice here that we're gonna make. I'll bring in, yeah, Ned and Eric. Do we have a vote here, guys? We got balloons, we've got disco balls. What do we want the CBS 8 coaster to look like here? 8 seconds, guys.
Disco balls. I love disco balls. Yeah.
Disco balls. Disco balls. It is the official CBS 8 coaster here for the Galactic Coaster.
There's 625 different combinations. So essentially, you could ride the ride every day for almost 2 years and have a unique experience every time you ride.
I will tell you guys, you're going to see the video of me riding the ride, the cringing, the face just got done. That's why the heart, you might hear it right now, still beating. It is an incredible ride, one that we are all going to be so lucky to finally get out onto here. March 6th here, Friday, right?
Friday, March 6th, opens at Legoland, California. I mean, it's going to be amazing. And it's a whole land. It's Lego Galaxy. We have 3 rides here. UFO, the ultimate food outlet. There's a rocket assembly bay. There's a junior astronaut play area where the younger kids, like your daughter, could be playing. So it's a great new land for everybody, all different generations who have enjoyed Lego through the years.
Very excited.